Today on X-Play. Can you smell the launchiness? Nintendo sends us a magical box of happiness. Prepare yourself for the Wii. It's game time. Adam Sessler. Morgan Webb. Prepare to be reviewed. This is X-Play.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
The Wii season is upon us. In scant days, Nintendo will launch a new console and our lives will never be again the same.
I'm tired of life-changing experiences. You find one dead body while being pursued by greasers, you found them all.
But this isn't about preteen coming-of-age macabre. This is about Nintendo. And today we've got a preview of everything the Wii has to offer.
Por ejemplo, we've got a first impression look at Red Steel, where you battle your way through the Yakuza underworld.
And to give equal time to the big-name Nintendo franchise stars, we've got a preview of Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
And later in the show, we'll give you our hands-on impressions of the magic that little white remote control can do.
It looks like a breast pump. We begin by looking back at the long road we've taken to get to this magnificent threshold of history.
The road to next-gen Wii power is one paved with the promise of revolution and the shroud of Nintendo's secrecy.
What you see is not always what you get.
The year was 2004, and things were looking grim for Nintendo's purple lunchbox. The GameCube was unloved, but at 2004's E3, Nintendo hinted something new was around the corner.
And that system will create a gaming revolution.
Nintendo was certainly capable of a gaming revolution. They started the modern concept of the gaming console and created the handheld market as we know it.
Who's your daddy?
But Nintendo's innovation machine also has a dark side. Rob, the e-reader, the Virtual Boy, a console that claimed the dignity of Gunpei Yokoi and anyone who bought it. Nintendo finally began the revolution at E3 2005. Not with a bang, but with some bragging.
Revolution is by far the smallest console we've ever manufactured.
That's the first time I've heard a man proud to say that. TGS 2005 revealed that the Revolution was a console with a distinctly hands-on approach. The nunchuck controller promised a versatility and interactivity completely different than anything Nintendo had released before. The built-in motion sensor creates a direct correlation between the movement of the controller and the action in the game. Nintendo promised the result would be a more intuitive experience than ever. And it gave us awesome videos of people looking stupid. Skeptics were won over. Nintendo might be onto something after all. E3 2006, the board was set for the new console war to begin, but Nintendo had one more surprise. The revolution of gaming was not called a revolution at all, but the Wii. Despite the initial title shock, the Wii took E3 2006 like 30,000 Marines on the shores of Iwo Jima. For the first time, gamers could put their hands on Nintendo's next volley of games. Zelda, Mario Galaxy, Rayman. The new controller scheme seemed to work flawlessly. Is it possible Nintendo has conjured salvation for its place in the console market? Whether or not, we love the Wii. In a New York event on the eve of TGS 2006, Nintendo gave us a date and a price. Now we stand on the cusp of the next generation in gaming, and the Wii will be there to greet us with awesome videos of people looking stupid.
Stupid, yes, but oh so joyfully entertained. The most exciting thing about the Wii is all the possibilities the controller presents. Flipping vegetables in WarioWare, shooting arrows in Twilight Princess, or slashing with a katana in Red Steel. The show floor may not be up, but we are here in Nintendo's booth, and we're about to get a look at Red Steel for the Nintendo Wii, hosted by the game's developer, Xavier Poise. Okay, Xavier, obviously we know it's a shooter, but this is playing a lot differently. How are we controlling it with the Wii controller?
Yeah, actually, the Wii controller enables the player to really feel that both his hands have entered the screen. That means that he's able to handle the gun the way he wants. For instance, you can play gangsta style. for the reload of the gun, it's very funny. It's what you will do in real life with the shotgun, for instance. Do like this. And that would be the same with doors to open, for instance. Do like you do at home. Turn your hand or push it very hard. It will open the door.
7 to the door. Oh, that's awesome. Now, this also has swordplay in it, but how do you incorporate that into the game?
Just have to slash the air like this, and so you will kill your enemy.
What is the nunchuck doing in the course of this?
So the nunchuck enables you to move and also to parry. So that means that you can block enemies' attacks with the left hand, and you can slash him with the right hand.
All right, well, Xavier, I think I'm going to give it a shot now, all right? There's a tendency to want to overdo things a lot, and this is really just very simple. You just go like that, and I'm parrying. Kill the guy, kill the guy, kill the guy.
I really regret not majoring in Japanese organized crime.
Morgan, with the Wii, you don't need to do things in real life. The controller makes you feel like you're playing real life.
Oh, immersive gaming. You intoxicate us into forgetting our own lives until we eventually die of exhaustion. So sweet.
You have to wonder how many Koreans the Wii will kill.
Speaking of curiosity, you guys should come on over to g4tv.com/xplay to tell us whether or not you think that $250 is too much to pay for a Wii.
We're going to have those results later in the show.
Up next, our early looks at the Wii. And later, we get to play it on X-Play.
Brought to you by the Civic from Honda. Reverse your thinking.
Your favorite evil Italian plumber, it's Morgan Webb.
You have returned to X-Play, and today we're getting ready for the launch of the Nintendo Wii by looking at a lot of trailers and getting ourselves excited to sleep in a line outside of Best Buy the night before launch. Nintendo has been doing a lot to create excitement, so much so that they decided to stand up the Tokyo Game Show and do their own thing at a pre-launch event in New York. And here is what we saw.
Well, I'm here in New York on the Chelsea Pier getting all excited about Wii, and all I can think of is good times, good times.
Our strategy is based on one core belief, that the next step in gaming is bringing gaming back to the masses.
Well, today, they finally told us what we've been looking for, the price and the release date of Nintendo's Wii. It is going to be released November 19th, 2 days after the PlayStation 3, and it's going to be selling for a relatively meager $249 and, of course, 99 cents. In addition to that, there's even more. When you buy your Wii console, you're obviously getting the controller and the Nunchuck edition, but more importantly, you're going to be getting a copy of Wii Sports. That was the game that wowed everybody back at E3. It includes baseball, golf, and tennis, with 2 new additions. Bowling, because we all love bowling, and really exciting, boxing. That all looks fun to you, but you probably want to know some actual facts, like how many games can I play? What's going to be available at launch? Well, there are some answers. There will be up to 30 games available during the launch window, and that's until December 31st. And there's a remarkable variety of games. There's 2 really big Nintendo games. The first is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. The other is Excite Truck. Where's Metro Prime 3? Well, that's coming somewhere out there in 2007, along with the new Super Mario game. Now, for some of you, and this is myself included, we were a little bit surprised. I was expecting the console to be a little bit cheaper, and I was expecting it to come out a little bit sooner. In addition, there is no online multiplayer right out of the box. So with all these questions, what do I do? Well, I went to the big people to get the answers.
The question is not whether there'll be multiplayer online games. The question is when, and we're committed to bring that as early into 2007 as we can.
But 2007 is going, it will be there somewhere in 2007.
Absolutely.
In addition to playing online multiplayer, there's another big online thing a lot of people have been excited about. That's the Virtual Console. That will be available at launch, and they haven't said all the games that are going to be available, but it will be the original Legend of Zelda, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario World. And they promise to have continuous monthly updates of the games available, so that alone is a pretty exciting treat. But honestly, who cares about old school? We're in the new school. Let's go check out some stuff. The game, it looks like everybody is going to be playing at launch is, of course, Wii Sports. It is remarkably easy to pick up and play, very satisfying, and pretty hard to put down. We're seeing a lot of the same thing with a lot of the other games out here, but you'll have to wait until later in the show to find out about them. I want one. Is there any way we can get one early?
Soon enough, soon enough. I've got blueprints for an EB in Temecula we can break in as soon as they get their shipment.
We have a TV show. Can't we just ask the developers to give us a console early?
Then we lose the opportunity to break into an EB and possibly take the life of a night manager.
All right, fair enough.
In a moment, Super Smash Brothers, and later on, hands-on time with the Wii on X-Play. Card Company, it's Adam Sessler.
Welcome back to X-Play. The house of Nintendo is full to overflowing with classic franchises. Mario, Metroid, Zelda, Pokemon. Really, there's a lot of childhood joy packed up in that zany corporation. And when you distill it down to its very essence, you get Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
スネーク、忙しいところすまないが、ビッグニュースだ。
なんだ、また無茶を言うんじゃないだろうな。
君は大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズを知っているかね？
ああ、任天堂の。
実は君に出場の招待状が届いているのだ。お、スネーク、参加してみる気はないか？ところで君は今どこにいるんだね？
偵察に夢中だ。
偵察？
うん。
一体何を？
敵を知ることこそ勝利への近道だからな。ショータイムだ。
The folks who made Killer 7 have an offering for the Wii, which promises the same kind of over-the-top violence we've come to expect from Grasshopper. This could be a step in a more mature direction for Nintendo. Here's a look.
Hear the lullaby? Rest in peace, baby. Your shining armor and fine words won't get you anywhere.
Barbaric, I'd say, but acceptable. Congratulations. You're certified as the 11th best hitman.
Huh? You want me to thank you?
You're certified rank 11 by the UAA. You have a challenging rate. How about getting rid of the 10 killers above you and aim for the top?
I like that.
Nintendo promised they would give us the first next-gen console, and now they're coming out last. I'm tired of waiting.
This is where character is built, where we separate the gender-neutral men from the gender-neutral boys.
Well, I may just drink myself into a coma until launch.
That is my plan, too.
Moments away, we get to play the Wii. We're very excited on X-Play.
You're watching G4, next X-Play, followed by Star Trek The Next Generation, then an all-new Ninja Warrior on Midnight Spank, later Icons, Sacha Baron Cohen. Unleash your inner rock star. Guitar Hero 2, rated T for Teen. Accept. You're going to start a fake school?
Welcome to South Harmon Institute of Technology!
At South Harmon, the students are the teachers. Can't believe this is a class. This generation's Animal House.
Get him the suit.
Ask me about my wiener!
Unaccepted. Also available on HD DVD.
The power and wisdom of Hyrule. It's Morgan Webb.
The worst part about waiting for the Wii is that we did get to play it at E3 and Nintendo's pre-launch event, so we know precisely how fun it is. Here's a look.
You know, these are one of those days where I really like my job, and I imagine you're pretty envious of me, because I'm surrounded by 24 Wii games that are unavailable anywhere else because the console hasn't been released. We're not going to get our hands on every single one of them, but we've chosen quite a few to give you a peek at what you'll be playing come November. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I've seen Madden. I see Madden every year, and it's the same game with the football and the passing and the whatever. Well, it is quite different when it comes to the Wii. You throw to pass, push to tackle, flick to kick. By building the game around the Wiimote's abilities, I have a feeling that Madden will start attracting a whole new audience who've only watched from the sidelines. Excite Truck combines the simple art of racing along with the physics of a pinball. You'll hold the Wii like handlebars as you navigate your way through an ever-changing landscape. Moving up and down with your controller is going to have a large effect on how you sort of land after doing a big jump. It's quite clever and simple, and that seems to be the actual genius of this game. Tony Hawk Downhill Jam takes those same controls and points them down. Tilting the Wiimote lets you perform various tricks quickly and intuitively. Trust me, this is how San Francisco is all the time. I think it's safe to say that WarioWare is not going to have any depth because you would never expect that from a WarioWare game, but in terms of the way of broadening the way you have to deal with the challenges using the motion sensitivity, it's an obvious choice, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. While light on stories, Rayman Raving Rabbids makes up for with some of the most innovative minigames on the floor, from disco dancing to cow tossing. All right, as far as launch titles go, Zelda Twilight Princess is among the best I've ever heard of, and we're going to get a chance to show you what it's like to play it using the Wiimote. Off the bat, I'm able to take down a couple of enemies with the swipe of my Wiimote. The thumbstick guides the Link along as I use the buttons underneath to focus on my next adversary. Bow and arrows have been simplified to a point and click. An overly sensitive remote throws off my aim at times. Hopefully, that can be adjusted. Ooh, and let's not forget a little fishing. Zelda Twilight Princess is a game that will push the Wii, as well as the gamer, to their limits. At the end of the day, I gotta say, it's pretty impressive how many different types of games are gonna be available for the Wii. They seem to fall into two categories, stuff like Zelda, which really are your traditional type of games that are broad and deep and gonna commit a lot of time from your life. Then there are others, and many of them, that are short, they're sweet, they're kind of fun to pick up and play, put down, and then revisit maybe a couple of months later. I think we're gonna see more of the deeper games coming later in the year, because, well, hey, they take longer to develop. But I gotta say, as far as starting out on November 19th, I couldn't ask for much better. Oh, sweet nectar of Japanese game development. When I finally taste you, I shall savor every droplet of your goodness.
How vivid.
Thanks.
It's also time for viewer mail.
Hi, Adam and Morgan. I'm Lauren. I'm left-handed, and I was thinking about getting a DS. Are there any games designed for a person like me that utilize a stylus, or will I be stuck playing games that don't use a stylus? Also, will this affect my ability to play certain Wii games?
Lauren, handedness shouldn't really affect gameplay with the DS. Most of the games can be played with either hand.
Yeah, the only one I can really think of is Brain Age. It actually asks at the beginning whether you want to play left-handed or right-handed.
In fact, Shigeru Miyamoto is himself left-handed, so I doubt he'll be producing games that would discriminate against his own kind.
Another famous gaming southpaw is Link. And thanks, Lauren. Kyle, and remember to come to g4tv.com/xplay to send us video viewer mail so we can answer more of your wonderful questions.
For more quality reviews, do not move, because there's another episode of X-Play starting now.